One of the essential things that you must have is a trading journal. So it's included as part of the package. Why? Because when you have a trading journal, you can track every single one of your trades, and that's really important. So every time that you have a trade, you have to key into your trading journal, right? First of all, is it a short or long trade? What's the entry date? What's the stop? What's the signal? What's the strategy? So in lesson 1 or level 1, you have learned the BMR and the capitulation strategy. In level 2, you will learn the impulse pullback, the bounce, and the day trading system. So you're going to learn many of these trading systems. Must you use all the trading systems? No, you don't. You can just focus on 1 or 2 of them. That's good enough, right? But because I've been doing this for so many years, I actually trade many systems. So you have to put in what is the signal or the strategy that got you into that trade. Was it a BMR? Was it a capitulation? All right. Next, you key in the entry price. What's the price you enter at? What's the stop loss price? And you will automatically calculate the 1 hour distance. All right. And you will set a target of 2 or 2.5 hour. In certain strategies, we target a 2.5 hour profit. In certain strategies, a 2 hour profit. You've learned that for BMR and capitulation, we are going for a 2 hour profit. All right. So what's your target price? And what's your exit price? So you either exit at the target price, which is a 2 hour win, okay, or you exit at the stop loss price, that's a minus 1 hour loss, or sometimes you break even because you shift your stop loss to entry price, it hits your stop loss, you break even, right? So this gives you the outcome, the result for each trade, and you tally it up. That's 10 hour for the month. Okay, if you risk 1%, there's a 10% return. If you risk 2%, it's a 20% return. Okay, so this is something that you got to fill in every single trade, and over the year you can see your total result. Okay, so it should look something like this. Now again, understand in trading, you may not always get a positive month, right? In certain months you can see minus 2R for that month, minus 3.9R for the month, right? But the next month, I rebound with about 9.59R and another 9.87R over here. Okay, so what's important is that you keep executing valid trades. So remember what you've learned earlier on. Okay, what's a good trade? A good trade is a trade where you followed the rules, and a good trade could end up to be a winning trade or a losing trade. As long as you keep doing good trades, you will always make money. If you do bad trades where you don't follow the rules and it was not a particular system, you may make money in the short term, but in the long run you always lose money. Okay, so it's important for you to follow the system, and what's also important as a beginner is to have a column for comments. Okay, so if you had a loss, why? Right? So if you follow the rule and you had a loss, that's what we call a good trade. So no worries, right? It's like a cost of doing business, okay? But if you had a loss and you didn't follow the rules, then it's a bad trade. And you have to say, why didn't you follow the rules, right? There was no valid trade, for example. Why was there not a valid trade? Okay? So your outcome at the end of a couple of months or as soon as possible is to have all good trades. That could be wins or losses, sales or costs, but at the end you want a net positive profit. Okay, that's the important thing. Now, notice the R multiple over here. Okay, now some of you may be wondering, isn't it always 2R or minus 1R or break even? Why do I sometimes get a minus 1.5R? Well, here's the reason why. Sometimes a stock may gap down. So for example, if you're going long and the stock gaps down below the stop loss price, what happens? That's right, you don't sell exactly at that stop loss price which you intended. You may sell lower than a stop loss price, so that may result in more than a 1 hour loss. Okay, it does happen once in a while. So because of that, you may get more than a 1 hour loss at times. So in this case, minus 1.5R. But also there'll be times when the stock gaps up above your target price. So instead of getting 2R, you may get 2.5R. Okay, so my point is that in the short term, there's a bit of luck involved. Sometimes you're unlucky, you may lose more than 1 hour. Sometimes you're lucky, you may get more than 2 hours. But in the long run, it's got nothing to do with luck, because the good luck and the bad luck will even out. Okay? Now you may say, why do I have a minus 0.58 R over here? Well, sometimes what happens is that I may shift my stop loss to the entry price. Okay? So if it hits my stop loss, I get out at break-even 0. But sometimes again, it may get below the entry price, so ending up with a minus 0.58 R. So as you know, reality is not always perfect. It's not like in theory, but you will get somewhere close to that. Okay, which is either a 2-hour win or minus 1 hour loss. As long as your average winners are more than your average losers, okay, you will make money in the end of the day. That's the whole key to the business of trading. All right. So please diligently key in your trading journal, right, for every single trade. Analyze your results and get better with time.